Then, the Chief of Defense Staff has also been accused of stealing $20 million from the Air Force, and as of late March 2016, some 300 individuals, including Army officers and companies, were under investigation for the embezzlement between 2011 to 2015 of an estimated $240 million in fraudulent or overpaid defense contracts that would have probably been channeled properly and helped the war against insurgency. Under the current administration, Nigeria has sought military support from its neighbors, who increasingly suffered attacks during Boko Haram's upsurge. Since 2015, Cameroon, Chad, Niger have deployed thousands of troops as part of a multinational force authorized by the African Union. The coalition has been credited with helping the Nigerian military retake much of the territory claimed by Boko Haram and reduce violence linked to the group to levels seen before 2014. The Army has introduced various counter-insurgency strategies that have recorded multiple gains. Aside from the reclaiming of territories that were once under the control of the Boko Haram insurgents, the Army has also displaced the group from the operational headquarters in Sambisa Forest. That was once a major name. Whenever we hear Sambisa Forest at the time, we know the chills that it sent down our spines. The Nigerian Army has introduced various counterinsurgency strategies and have, between the period from 2015 to date, also witnessed a transformation of the Nigerian military from a force in disarray to a professional fighting force within the rules of engagement and respect for human rights. So to this, we conclude that between the period of 2010 to 2015 could be regarded as one of the lowest points in the history of Nigerian military because of the inability to deal with the threats posed by the Boko Haram group. The period was also occasioned by the deaths of arms and ammunition in the Nigerian military, as well as a high rate of lethargy among the officers and soldiers in the prosecution of the war against insurgency. It's indeed a statement of fact that with the advent of the Muhammadu Buhari administration in 2015, the fortunes of the Nigerian military changed, as evident in the prosecution of the war against terrorism in Nigeria. A cursory look at the available indices indicates that there have been substantial gains in the fight against Boko Haram terrorist group. This period has seen their ranks broken, and they have resulted in aiming at soft targets in women and children, going on rampages in villages and causing destructions to paint a picture of a potent fighting force. However, in truth, they are in disarray. The troops have displayed the right mental balance in the prosecution of the war, and this has led to tangible gains recorded so far. All of these gains are attributed to the commitment of the Muhammadu Buhari administration to address the various threats posed by the Boko Haram group. Now, our recommendations on this, after the extensive study of the Boko Haram crisis between 2010 to this moment, we're asking all stakeholders to join hands with the federal government in the war against terrorism in Nigeria. The political leadership in the country must desist from attempting to undermine the efforts of the Nigerian military by engaging in the acts that are counter-progressive in the war against terrorism. The religious and community leaders in the Northeast must continue to support the Nigerian military in its operation in a bid to bring in an end to the Boko Haram crisis, rather than going on the streets and making foul statements. For instance, we heard about an attempted attack recently where a governor of a state went ahead and laying accusations, whereas a lot of us who saw the video could see very well that the governor was nowhere to be found. They were looking for him. So I wonder where he was able to get his fact, about that. There was a time when most of these formations were actually changed, and the military looked at the civilian JTFs and the vigilantes. So with their own information gathering, they were able to filter the good ones from them. and they absorbed them and discarded those that they felt still had ties to these guys. But unfortunately, instead of there to be a synergy between the state government and the military, but what we've been seeing is something different that's counterproductive to the morale of the Nigerian military in the fight against insurgency. So we urge political leaders and religious leaders to stay away from being unnecessarily emotional about these things so as we can end the war against terrorism. Thank you very much. I don't have to hold it for...
Thank you.